Hi, it's Linda with CreativePLR.com, and today I've either got a productivity tip or an organizational tip, or maybe I have both. I've noticed in the last 6 months there are a lot of bundles, both paid bundles and free bundles, and I've already noticed that there are more coming. It's like there's 3 or 4 or 5 every single month, and I like the free bundles, but I also buy a lot of bundles. And while I've gotten better about downloading, like templates and printable materials, still download those, but I've gotten better about not downloading everything. I still download a lot of courses because I like to learn and I like to know how to do things. So, but the problem is I work such long hours at my real job that by the time I get some time to watch a course, I spend all of that precious time looking for the course, looking for the link, trying to find it, and I get sidetracked a lot. So, so it wasn't a very good plan just to put all the links in my email. I have an email folder that said courses for vacation, and I would just put all the links there. And then sometimes I would go through and look at them, like, I don't even remember the course. So I'm using a Trello board now. I've been using Trello for a long time, a very long time. I only used the free version. I used to, at one point I thought about using the paid version, and then years ago somebody told me the trick. You're allowed 10 free boards. What you're looking at now is a board. 10 free boards per workspace, and a workspace is like, think of it as like a group of similar boards. So in this workspace, so in my workspace titled Teaching Materials, I have a board for blogs, for my teaching material, for my teaching resources. I have teaching materials that I sell. I have a content planning for my teaching materials, ideas of things that I want to do. And so I've started doing that also for Creative PLR. And this courses one, I thought, this is going to be the solution to all those links that I'm looking for. And I can also keep track of when I either purchased the course or downloaded it. And so in January there were 2. Okay, quite honestly, there were more than 2. But I can't find the others right now. So I just got started with the 2. February, I've done a better job of keeping track because I did this in February. It's February now. I did it in February. And I kind of did it as I went. But January, I have to go back. March, I already purchased one, and that's Faith's Quarterly Breakthrough Spring. And then I also put on here my memberships, my monthly memberships. Oh, isn't that easy to forget? And then you get a charge, and you go like, what's this for? Oh, that's right, I have that membership. So I'm going to put those there so I know that I can keep on track every month. And here are some tools that I also use. So each of these columns is called a list. And each individual space is called a card. So you can add a card. You can add a list very easily. And you add the list over here. I can add a list. And, well, I'll continue this and call this April. Okay. And so when I start buying April courses or downloading them, then I'll just add that. If I want to add a card, I just click here. And I'm going to add a card for Symbaloo. Symbaloo. Okay. And I'm going to add the card. And then you notice on these other cards that I have, it says this card has a description. And you can have a lot of detail on here. You can actually do a lot with this. I can go in here and I can add all kinds of things. I'm going to go on in here on Designer, and I can add a cover, which is like a picture. And I just added that one. I don't know why. I don't want to search for one right now. Kind of like that one. So you can add a picture, which is like a cover. I'll pull this up in Designer. I'm making my ebooks with Designer. And so here's my link for it. And they also have a course in there. And I added the link for the course. I can add any of these things there. I can share this if I have team members. I can share this with my team members, and they can have the links that I use. What I really like is I really like the checklist. So I can add a checklist, and I can add all kinds of things to do. I can give myself a to-do list, finish the course, finish 14 products, ebook, and then I'm going to say add pictures. Okay, so add pictures. Oh, I want to add links to pictures and links. So it's just that easy. You could do a checklist. You could, if you think of other things that I want to do in Designer, you could just add an item. Oh, ebook on getting started on Etsy, ebook on whatever else. I could create videos. I can put them in there. So I could do anything that I wanted to in there. Okay. So let's add a card for, let's see, did we add our card for Symbaloo? But you notice I don't have a link there. I could write what Symbaloo's about if I were going to share this with others, and they might need to know what's the purpose of Symbaloo. But I'm going to go over to Symbaloo right now, and I'm just going to grab my link, and I'm going to click there. I'm going to add the link. I'm going to enter it, and once it's entered, I'll do that. And so I have my links for everything that I want to use. And so I have all my tools here, the tools that I use, the designers for ebooks, the repurpose IO. I love using that for, and I think I wrote a blog post with about some of these tools. I love using that for repurposing my videos that I do to YouTube. I can send them to Facebook. I can send them to Pinterest. And so I love doing that. Tailwind, mostly for Pinterest at this point and Instagram. Canva, that's the design program. I'm sure we all use Canva. Missing letter is when I write a blog post, I repurpose that to a different social media, and I do it over the period of a year. So it does what it calls a campaign and keeps repurposing that blog post out there over and over again for either 2 months, 6 months, 12 months. And then Symbaloo, and then I'll make another little video and show you how I use Symbaloo. And then here are my monthly memberships. And then I just made a card for each month and the courses that I either downloaded, except for January, and then I can do this. Now, what started me thinking of this tripwire training, which is a great training from Liz Goddard, just a great training. But she made a little bonus offer if you finish it in the week, in a week's time, that she would actually take whatever you created in your tripwire and she would promote it to her email list, which is a great offer and probably will never be repeated. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the tripwire training login and really get going on it, and so I didn't finish it in the week. So this is going to help me be more organized for the next time. Okay, so again, Trello is free. You can use Trello free if you want, or you can pay for it. The only difference is, well, there's a lot of differences. If you pay for it, you get what they call upgrades. You can automatically post some of these things to a calendar. You can send yourself reminders. You get a few of those when you have a free account, but when you have a paid account, you get a lot more. You don't have to split your workspaces up like I do. However, I find that's a natural organization, not to put more than 10 boards in any one file. That's like my to-do list. If I have 500 things on my to-do list, I can't find any of them. So I hope you'll check out Trello if you're not already using it. And here's one other thing that you can do with Trello. So let's say I have this template, and you really love this template. You really love this board of mine. I could actually go in here and I could share this board with you. And what I would do is I would share this board with you, and I would send you the link. You couldn't use my board, but you could create a board from my board, because I would be sending you a template link. You could create a board from my board, and then you could kind of use this idea to get started. So that is another way of using Trello. You can share it with others and develop all these templates. I hope this was helpful and you'll get organized with Trello. Until next time, Linda from Creative PLR. See you soon.